I'd like to welcome my listeners to the Truthsayer Report, hosted by Jeffrey Harpins. The global mission of the podcast, the Truthsayer Report, is to explore and examine historical events and how they shape current events and, most importantly, our lives. I will discuss a wide range of topics over the course of the series. I welcome your comments and your suggestions for future topics and areas of interest. Follow us at the following platforms. Email us at truthsayernews@gmail.com. Facebook, like our page, The Truthsayer Report. Twitter, at Truthsayer News. The Truthsayer Report, Episode 17. Today's topic, America the Beautiful, the land of the BBL. In the last 400 years of world history, particularly with the discovery of the New World, Western beauty ideals became the standard benchmark of how beauty evolved for women. The four great empires, England, France, Spain, and the United States, took control of most people in the world. Their influences of art, literature, and most of all, their definition and imagery of beauty embodied their women and defined their appearance. Since the definition and establishment of the ideal image, thin lips, narrow noses, long, silky, straight hair, and of course, white skin, all women of the world, no matter their race, nationality, or national origin, have sought to duplicate, imitate, and become the standard of beauty. In addition, European females' style and grace also became a measure of a woman's beauty. The fact that obtaining these above-mentioned attributes were clearly unattainable to most women of the world didn't matter. It was still desperately sought after. As the four European empires colonized the world, they established the female beauty standards through information and imagery through their major cities' media domination. Initially, London, Paris, and Madrid were the capitals of these nations, most of all, capitals of art, literature, music, fashion, and of course, female beauty. Later, the world's greatest information and propaganda machine, the United States, New York City, would become a leading city of fine arts, with Madison Avenue becoming the world's most important marketing engine. Newspapers, magazines, photography captured the imagination of women all over the world. Their visual expertise makes its impression. A picture is worth 1,000 words, a living, breathing concept. Next, in Los Angeles, a new medium was born, motion pictures. Hollywood takes the world by storm, and now its ideal of American beauty is the leading standard for the world. Hollywood created the American female beauty ideal as white, thin, blonde-haired, blue-eyed women. For example, Lana Turner, Grace Kelly, Jane Mansfield. However, the movie and print industry found who they believed was the most desired in sex appeal in Marilyn Monroe. She reigned as our all-American beauty for years, and later, Hollywood would include brunette starlets, most notably the British actress Audrey Hepburn, and the most famous of all, Elizabeth Taylor, with her startling violet eyes, who became the queen of print media and the leading actress in cosmetic and perfume sales. In the mid-late 20th century, Britain, France, and the United States continued to define female beauty with the explosion of the modeling industry. Hanger-thin models were the most desired. Sadly, for millions of women, this unattainable standard began to take its toll on their psychological, mental, and physical health. And they, of course, failed. Skin whitening and or skin lightening cream treatments were introduced. In an attempt to imitate American and Western European beauty features, women in Africa, Asia, India, and South America began experimenting with versions of possibilities to increase their stations in life by having whiter and/or lighter skin tones. In China, Korea, and Japan, whiter skin would produce greater life opportunities. India's social economic system was better controlled by the caste system. In the Western Hemisphere, particularly in the United States, lighter skin meant better living conditions during and after slavery. To this day, Hollywood favors lighter-skinned black actresses over the darker-skinned. Next, hair-altering chemical products were produced. First placed on the consumer market in 1909, designed to straighten black and mixed-race females' hair. The purpose was to emulate white female hair to create similar hairstyles. The female hair market industry is the highest single revenue-grossing entity in female hair care. In the late 1980s, America introduced a new product line called hair weaving. It was, and of course, designed to emulate white female hair, along with reducing hair maintenance of African American women. Ingredients found in the hair straightening products have been found to cause fibroids in women, causing excessive bleeding, extreme pain in their pelvic area. Increasingly, there was a push to eliminate harmful chemicals used in hair processing. In the 1970s, the emergence of surgical medical enhancements of the female face and body ushered in a new consumer market of maintaining, obtaining, and duplicating American beauty features. The plastic surgery market became a bustling industry, with Asian, African, and Indian women having plastic surgery at a startling rate to obtain the ideal beauty standard. Mainly, nose narrowing, rounding of the eyes, thinning of the lips, making breast augmentation the leading and most desired plastic surgery procedure in the world. However, in the 1990s, due to the rise of cultural identification and positive recognition, the world learned that not all beauty ideas were always based on American and European standards. Darker-skinned women of the world were once the most desirable. Their toned skin color hides blemishes, marks, and scars. Most pleasingly to the eye was the dark and copper-skinned women who created a greater sex appeal. Back in the 1960s, sun tanning became in vogue. To the amazement of many non-white citizens on the planet, it became the rage in Hollywood and the Western world. In France, Coco Chanel and her copper tan skin and Josephine Baker's natural copper brown skin became the new standard of skin color. Now, because of pure white skin didn't hide imperfections, it began to lose its appeal. History has uncovered the massive European male sex appeal for a black woman from South Africa, famously known as Sara Baartman, who was known as Hottentot Venus. She was a member of the African tribe, the Khoi people. Their women had extremely large buttocks, thighs, and wide hips. In essence, the character, Jessica Rabbit in the Hollywood movie Roger Rabbit, mimicked the shape of Hottentot Venus. She is transported to Europe and put on display for Europeans, particularly males, who viewed and marveled over her never-before-seen body composition. In the late 1900s and in the early 20th century, due to her great appeal, the hoop-wired petticoat was created and introduced to the Western women of the world. The petticoat gave women the illusion of having wide hips. Today, primarily because of the explosion of the American music genre of rap and the hip-hop culture, large buttocks, thick thighs, and wide hips have been embraced as American beauty. Now women everywhere are attempting to duplicate the look, making the BBL the fastest growing augmentation in the plastic surgery industry. Buttock implants, body fat redistribution are the rage and commonly known as the Brazilian butt lift. The lipstick trend was marketed to the world. Both Madison Avenue and Hollywood have used their influence to increase the commercial revenue of lipstick, lip pencils, and lip glosses targeted to women to help create larger, thicker lips, much like women of color, creating another cosmetic craze called lip fillers. Western European and later American beauty ideals were created through the eyes of their culture and subsequently defined today's standard of beauty. Well, in the final analysis, one person's beauty is another person's sore eye. At least that's what the Western world says. Thank you for listening to the Truthsayer Report, America the Beautiful, the land of the BBL. I would like to end my podcast with a quote from a great American scientist, Albert Einstein. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Speak to you soon.